Ferrari is approaching the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with one of the three most important opportunities it has this season, alongside the Singapore Grand Prix and the Las Vegas Grand Prix, to try to secure its very first victory with the SF-25 car. This race weekend represents a crucial chance for the Scuderia to reverse a season that has so far been more challenging than expected. Simulator data collected by the team has been encouraging and provides a certain degree of optimism, giving engineers and drivers confidence that the car may be competitive. Charles Leclerc, who has impressively claimed the last 4 pole positions across various circuits, is hoping for a Ferrari that can finally play a central and competitive role in the race. At the same time, the team remains aware that external factors such as rain showers and cooler temperatures could present significant obstacles, potentially affecting car performance and tire behavior, and testing the team's adaptability and strategic choices throughout the weekend. Over the 7 editions of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix held so far, Ferrari has been able to secure the last 4 pole positions, a notable achievement that underscores the qualifying speed of the Scuderia's cars, particularly in the hands of Charles Leclerc. However, despite this qualifying success, the team has so far never managed to claim a victory in Baku. Historically, the track has presented a unique combination of challenges. A twisty and narrow section winding through the Old City is combined with extremely fast straights and high-speed corners, making it a difficult circuit to master for both drivers and engineers. The simulations conducted with the SF-25 suggest that this car, while not flawless, could perform competitively on this demanding street circuit. The numbers indicate that the combination of technical sections and long high-speed straights could, in theory, suit the characteristics of the Ferrari SF-25, which has so far struggled to meet the high expectations set at the start of the season. Among the top teams competing in Formula One this year, Ferrari stands out as the only team yet to achieve a race victory. McLaren has already won 12 races this season, Red Bull has secured 3 victories, and Mercedes has managed 1 triumph. For Ferrari, the ongoing challenge has been to translate strong qualifying performance into actual race results. Following a particularly disappointing weekend at the Italian Grand Prix in Monza, where Max Verstappen exploited a very low downforce rear wing setup to dominate the race and claim victory, Charles Leclerc was relegated to a frustrating 4th place. This result was particularly disappointing for Ferrari, as it came after a series of high-profile announcements, strong performance in practice sessions, and internal expectations that the team would be able to challenge for victory at the so-called Temple of Speed. In response, Ferrari has adopted a more cautious and careful approach to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, aiming to optimize strategy and reliability rather than taking excessive risks with the car setup or race approach. Ferrari engineers believe that the team still has 3 strong opportunities to achieve the 249th victory in the long and storied history of the Scuderia. Among the remaining 8 races of the season, Baku is considered one of the prime chances, alongside the Singapore Grand Prix and the Las Vegas Grand Prix, for the team to deliver a result that could significantly improve morale and momentum. The team's technical staff are therefore focused not only on maximizing the SF-25's performance this weekend, but also on gathering data that could be valuable for development across the rest of the season, and even for next year's car. Hope remains alive within Ferrari, as it often does, and the data collected from the Monza Grand Prix has allowed engineers to adjust the car setup in preparation for the upcoming race in Azerbaijan. The effectiveness of these adjustments will become evident during the first free practice session, where it will be immediately clear whether the revised SF-25 setup allows Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton to compete effectively at the front of the grid. On paper, McLaren may face another challenging track, similar to Monza, where the balance between straight-line speed and cornering performance is particularly critical. The SF-25's ability to adapt to the varied demands of the Baku street circuit will therefore be a key factor in determining Ferrari's prospects for a competitive result. The McLaren MCL-39 in particular has demonstrated strong performance in medium-speed corners, while also defending effectively in slower corners. However, the car has historically struggled on long, high-speed straights, which could provide an advantage to Ferrari if the SF-25 manages to find a well-balanced setup for Baku. Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal for track operations, explained after the Italian Grand Prix that corrective measures would be implemented to mitigate the effects of the car's lack of top-end speed in the speed trap areas. Ferrari, on the other hand, has not shown dominance in any particular aspect of performance. Yet, as the ancient Romans used to say, in medio stat virtus, virtue lies in moderation, and in this case, the SF-25's relatively balanced characteristics could finally work in the team's favor, particularly if external conditions such as wind and weather fluctuations come into play. The upgrades introduced earlier in the season, which were expected to bring transformative improvements, have so far not delivered the anticipated results. The revised floor of the SF-25 and the modifications to the rear suspension have only served as temporary solutions to long-standing issues that the car has carried since its initial design. By comparison, competitors such as McLaren and Red Bull Racing have seen more consistent and substantial improvements throughout the season, highlighting the challenges Ferrari faces in keeping pace with the rapid development of their rivals. In particular, Red Bull has not paused the development of their RB21 chassis. At the Italian Grand Prix in Monza, a new floor was introduced specifically for Max Verstappen, and in Baku, this floor is expected to be used by Yuki Tsunoda as well. Meanwhile, Ferrari's technical staff under Loic Serra remains fully focused on the development and definition of the next-generation 678 car, preparing for a strong campaign in the 2026 season. Despite this forward-looking focus, Ferrari has not slowed down its work in the race engineering department back in Maranello, and is focused also on understanding and optimizing the current SF-25 chassis. All simulation tools are being refined to extract the maximum potential from the car, ensuring that both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton can compete to the best of their abilities, given the car's current performance characteristics. For the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Pirelli is introducing the C6 tire compound for the first time this season. This is the softest compound in their range, alongside the already well-tested C4 and C5 tires. The objective for the single tire supplier is to maintain the tires within their optimal operating temperature throughout the long final straight of the Baku circuit, which can place additional strain on tire performance due to heat loss. Mario Isola, Pirelli's motorsport director, has previously highlighted the potential for temperature drops of approximately 30 degrees in such high-speed conditions, making tire management a critical factor for all teams, including Ferrari. It is conceivable that Ferrari, despite some performance limitations, could aim for a fifth consecutive pole position at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. However, excessive tire cooling remains a significant risk, particularly with weather forecasts suggesting possible rain on both Saturday and Sunday. Ferrari has historically struggled in wet conditions, making rain a potential game-changer for the team's weekend strategy. Managing tire temperature, adjusting setups to suit changing conditions, and extracting the best performance from the SF-25 will therefore be crucial to maximizing their chances of a strong result. Baku is often referred to as the City of Winds, a nickname that highlights the potential influence of gusts on car performance and track conditions. Aeolus, the god of wind in ancient mythology, could metaphorically provide Ferrari with the extra assistance needed to turn around a season that has, up to this point, offered limited satisfaction and success. If the Scuderia can successfully harness the car's potential, adapt to the challenging street circuit, and navigate unpredictable weather conditions, there remains a genuine opportunity for Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton to fight for top positions and potentially deliver Ferrari's first victory with the SF-25. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix weekend will be a critical test of strategy, adaptability, and technical precision for the Scuderia. With both drivers in contention, the team will be closely monitoring tire behavior, track evolution, and wind conditions throughout practice sessions, qualifying, and the race. Every decision made by the engineers and race strategists could prove decisive, particularly on a track as unique and demanding as Baku. For Ferrari fans, the hope is that all these elements align, allowing the team to finally break its winless streak this season and demonstrate that the SF-25 is capable of more than just strong qualifying performances.